In this video, every platinum trophy I earn on a game, the next game will get more expensive. I'll start off with a free-to-play game and work my way up $10 at a time, eventually reaching a $70 full price title. The goal? To see which price point gives the best gaming experience per dollar spent. Some very quick rules: all prices are based on the US PlayStation Store, since that tends to have the most globally consistent pricing. There are no sales discounts considered, and no games with DLC, since that could complicate things. So let's kick things off with the free-to-play game. There's a fair few choices here, as free-to-play is a concept that is becoming far more popular, with Marvel Rivals recently gathering a huge fan base. There is the obvious Fortnite, but considering that game takes supposedly 999 hours, that would be its own standalone video. So instead, I went for another game, and this is an interesting one because it has a time constraint on it: Realm Royale. Initially released on the 5th of June 2018, but as of the 13th of February 2025, when I started this video, the game was shutting down 4 days later on the 17th. Me and my buddies decided to go for this one together, as with a few of us, we felt it would be easier to ensure we could get this done. Reaper, where you are, kill that guy. Kill that guy at the spot. Oh, okay, or not.
Well, okay. I always chicken them where I don't get the kills.
You didn't deserve the kill. You left them, mate. It's my kill. The main worry is the trophy Absolute Unit, which requires you to win a match as a team of 4 without losing a single player. And given this game is a battle royale, that's quite the tricky task, relying on 3 other players. But there is thankfully an easy way to earn this, and that's by playing a specific team-based game mode where you revive after death: Realm Wars. So right away, our priority was making sure this trophy was possible before anything else. Although things didn't quite go to plan. With time running out to get this platinum, the first trophy was a really scary sight.
Kill him!
I killed a chicken. Oh my god, I popped the trophy. What the fuck?
Oh god.
You popped a trophy?
I've popped the trophy.
Oh god.
I just got Novice Warrior.
I thought they didn't pop till the end. I literally checked this and none of the trophies popped till the end.
We've been sold a lie, mate. Oh my god.
No.
Oh my god, great escape. Realm royalty.
Absolute Unit, thanks.
Absolute Unit, yeah, okay. Because this game was shutting down, the store was basically giving everything away as a final send-off. But you know what? I'm glad this game got shut down. Fuck this game. How the fuck, man? What sick fucking bastard made me play this?
Welcome to Realm Royale.
I don't know if that's controversial, if there are like some Realm Royale super fans out there or something, but I am far from a fan of this game. The Battle Royale mode is just a knockoff Fortnite. Like, if you want to play a free-to-play Battle Royale of this style, what are you doing playing Realm Royale? And the game mode we were queuing, Realm Wars, would take like 30 minutes sometimes just to find a game. And when you do finally find a game, you can match up against people who play it religiously, meaning you don't stand a chance. What we were trying to do to speed things up was drop in some extra dummy accounts with us in games and try to boost up our kills. Being that this is a multi-platform free-to-play game, it was quite easy to get some extras in. The only problem was other people disturbing this. Oh, just fucking leave me alone, blood. Oh, fuck off. Like, what does he gain from this? I'm just sitting there peacefully killing people called my fucking name. Can you not see John Callum is killing John Callum?
So simple than that.
As the games went on and the hours ticked by, the frustrations from all of us were building. We were getting so sick of trying to get this done as quickly as possible before the shutdown.
This might actually be the worst gaming experience I ever had.
Just miserable. Grinded I can deal with. This is just fucking miserable.
Yeah. Normally I'm not too bad at PvP, but this is just unreal.
The longest trophies for sure were getting 50 kills with each class, as this was the majority of what we were grinding for the past couple of hours. And this would be the next 6 to 7 hours of our lives. No wonder this game made us all so miserable. But the end of the game brings us 9 hours later at 3:19 AM, when all I needed to do was get the long shot foghorn trophy for chickening a player from 800 feet away. So I lined up my auto count and spammed some long range shots until eventually they went down. The moment of truth as to if it worked or not would only be revealed once I'd launched myself off the side of the map. Excuse how tired and destroyed I sound here. All the joy had been beaten out of me at this point. I got it. Yeah, I'm done.
Was it worth it?
No, absolutely
I think it
not.
was genuinely.
No, it was not. I feel awful. With the free-to-game platinumed, it's time to add $10 to the pot and browse for the next option. Remember, this is the price of games before any sales. There were very few options for this price point. A lot of the $10 price games are the PS2 classics available on Plus, and there are far more around the $15 mark. But there was one that instantly stood out for me, and it's because it's a game I've heard about for years: Hotline Miami. Originally released on the 23rd of October 2012 and rated a 5 out of 10 for difficulty, this game has a new PS5 version. But somehow, this version is pretty broken, and that's because the gameplay loop is to clear out rooms filled with enemies in ultra fast-paced gameplay. But the problem with the PS5 version is sometimes upon restarting, the game can crash and get stuck for quite a while. Like this. I die and then I can't do anything for like 5 to 10 seconds. So stupid. So to start off, things are pretty straightforward. For example, the first level here, you're just using a bat to take out enemies. And by getting a combo of 4 times, I'm locked into the game with my first trophy. Combo beginner, perform a 4 times combo, we're locked in now. The short of the story is you are a hitman jumping between contracts. You run into a level, take everyone out, and escape in your car with things progressively getting harder. Upon completion of a level, you get a mask, which works towards the trophy Zookeeper, for collecting all of the masks. And there's also a ranking based on score and combo. Here, I got an A grade for this level, but by far the hardest trophy in this game is Get a Life for getting A+ on all of the chapters. Never has a trophy name called me out as much as this one has. Anyway, before that, I needed to beat the game. There were some levels that weren't too tricky, as I got my first A+ of the game. Shit, aced it. Get A+ on any chapter, finally. But there were some sections that absolutely destroyed me. But it wasn't long before I earned a rather embarrassing trophy for accumulating 1,000 deaths. And this was honestly only about halfway through the game. The narrative of this game is pretty simple, but there is a pivotal moment where it all collapses. Early on in the game, you rescue this woman, and throughout it, you can see her chilling in your apartment. That is until after one mission you come back, and well, it's not ideal really. No, my girlfriend's dead. You bastard. Sick. After waking up in hospital and escaping, the task is now to get revenge on those bastards. The missions are more or less the same, just way harder with way more enemies, which allows me to get a combo of 10 for another trophy. Oh shit, combo master, form a 10 times combo. Anyway, I fought through more levels until eventually we reach chapter 15. There's this guy with some panthers, it's quite simple to take them down. A bit of slashing and praying does the trick, and then all it takes is a dodge of the machine gun and an accurate throw before he accepts defeat. Oh, he blew his brains out. Letting our protagonist take the lift up, shoot the main baddie, and bring an end to the game. Kinda. You see, we now travel back in time and play as this biker guy, who we actually saw a little earlier on in the game. He has knives and can't pick up anything else, so these levels are a little tricky, but once you've gotten through them, you reach this bunker. Kill these guys, and the epilogue is finished. Sorta. There's still another secret ending, which is unlocked by gathering all of the puzzle pieces in the game, before solving the puzzle and interacting with this computer. With the story now completely done, there is some cleanup to do, and it's mostly pretty fun. For example, here I'm going for the trophy Batman, for clearing chapter 2 using Nigel the Bat. What this mask does is it flips the controls, making things really awkward, so you kind of have to take things slow here, otherwise it becomes a mess. Another one is for beating chapter 5 barehanded, which also requires a specific mask to make it easier. This one leads to some pretty cool combos. These are my guns, that's it. Complete chapter 5 barehanded, that's a nice cool one. One of the most impressive looking ones is using a brick to kill 3 enemies at once. Anyway, I collected and wore all masks, used all weapons and guns, that sort of thing, meaning it was now time to run through every level collecting A+. The Zack mask is one of the best as it extends your combo window, leading to more bonus points. The level that gave me the most trouble, however, was Chapter 9 Crackdown, as this upper floor section cost me so many times. For this one, I used the Carl mask, as he has a drill that can give you a lot of bonus points for every execution. And so, after about an hour or so on this mission, I got it done through this method. The epilogue missions are a little less forgiving, as you can only use the default knife and no masks. So the way here is to just do things as quickly as possible. Once you get the hang of it, it's not the worst. A+, that's it, get a life! Get A+ on all chapters, that's the hardest trophy done. Damn, this game is tough. I'm happy I did it now though. And with that done, and all other troublesome trophies done, I just needed to get in the car 60 times total, which meant just quickly running through this level until the second game was finished. Right, that's it, chapter clear. I think as soon as I leave this chapter, that's the platinum more or less. Let's do it. 60 to car, that's for entering the car 60 times, and trophy addict, which of course I am. So, second game down, onto the third. Time to add another $10 to the pot, and that brings us to the $20 game. Now this price point has some solid options. There's games that are a little bit older and have decreased to this price, and there are some smaller indie titles that released at this point. Examples of some that I was considering were The Order 1886, Infamous Second Son, and The Forest. And whilst they all would have been good options, I wanted another challenge. So I went for the 6 out of 10 difficulty rated Titanfall 2, a game I'd heard brilliant things about and have been really keen to play for years. And it really matched the expectations. The campaign campaign in this game is brilliant, but before we can get into the campaign, there's the Gauntlet. The Gauntlet is the real platinum stopper for some here, and it's the reason why this game is known to be challenging. It's just like the timed training courses in Call of Duty, although arguably I'd say this one takes a little bit more precision, with the exosuits taking things more vertical. For me, this wasn't the worst. It took about an hour of practice to get good at it, and whilst it does require absolute precision at almost every moment, thankfully it's so quick to repeat and just go again. The real saviour for myself here was all those years as a Call of Duty kid playing with the claw, allowing me to basically look around and press buttons at the same time. And within a few minutes, I had earned my first trophy of the game. Oh shit, I popped a trophy. The student, I got 47 seconds and that popped a trophy. I need to shave off another 15. Now, even when I got the trophy, my perfect run wasn't so perfect. The big thing I noticed for me was making all of the wall jumps, but even while slipping up, it didn't matter as I had done it anyway. Anyway, enough of the Gauntlet. A fun little trophy, but there's a hell of a lot more to do in this game. We're done with training and we make sure to select Master Difficulty, whilst earning the trophy for completing the introduction. For a game that's 9 years old this year, it really holds up so well, both graphically and gameplay wise. You can see the trajectory of how Respawn went from this to their Jedi games with their wall running and environments. Throughout the game, of course, there are collectibles to gather in the form of these pilot helmets. You will need a guide for some, but they're not really so bad to get as there's only a few per level. On Master Difficulty, the combat can be a little tricky, as you do need to take things slow, which isn't exactly how this game is intended to be played. But with good use of cover and precise shooting, it can be done without too many issues. The objective in the first level after crashing down is to power up BT-7274, who will grow to be our best friend throughout. And once he's powered up, we can get a feel for the Titan combat. Even on Master Difficulty, the Titan combat is really well balanced and feels very fair. It's such a cool mechanic to have in this game. And now you're off and running. There are trophies related to using Titan's abilities for the first time, which are all unique and some are more effective against different enemies. The tougher sections are the ground combat with your pilot.
Pilot! Yeah, he's a pilot! Great!
Particularly the parts where it throws tons of enemies at you. This only really happens a couple of times, but this one early on can be quite tricky, as there's no real good cover, and these exploding spider bots are a real pain. Towards the end of some levels, you have to face off against other titans, and here is the first one, Kane. The battles are really well designed, in that you have to weigh up the risk versus reward of attacking versus taking cover, and my first attempt was a really close fight. Oh, he's literally the sliver of health left. For God's sake, man. Oh. Come on, you fuck. Bro's just hiding from me now. Why is he hiding? Yeah, we got him. We got him. Hot mess. Defeated Kane. Fuck off, Kane. So from here, I worked my way through the game. There were some tricky sections, but mostly I just thoroughly enjoyed it. To me, Master Difficulty is a really great way to play this game, and I'd recommend it for most people. It really gives you the satisfaction when you finally win a boss fight. Yes, take that Ash, you fuck. Have it, coup de grace. Suck on that. The levels all feel unique and fresh. There's one kind of like simulation production line level, and another one where you travel back and forth in time. It's just so cool. If I say any more, I'll be giving away story spoilers, and I'd really recommend playing this game if you haven't already. But those who have played it know exactly how cool this story is. Big fan. Cool, that's the end of the game, isn't it? Certified Pilot, complete the campaign on normal, Renowned on hard, and Legendary Pilot, cool, completing the campaign on Master Difficulty. Great game. Honestly, great game. Really happy with that. With the game completed, I went back for some quick cleanup, such as killing 25 enemies in 2 seconds. Yep, that's it, annihilation. And gathering all collectibles, among a few other things. Until all I needed to do was the online portion of this game. The first 2 trophies can be done very quickly, as they're simply customizing a class and joining a clan. The real problem for me was such a simple trophy, winning a game. You see, no matter how well I was doing, it ultimately didn't matter, as it completely depended on how good my teammates were. How are we losing? I've literally got 107 points, and we're losing. What more am I supposed to do? I can't suddenly gain good teammates, can I? Jesus Christ, man. I'm partial to an FPS game, so I was consistently doing well, but it was getting so frustrating. I'm just so tired of being on the losing team every time. Like, I'm doing well, I'm doing better than most of my teammates, and yet we're losing every time. I can't control who I'm put with, you know what I mean? Like, for God's sake. It's like 4 games now. Just let me get the trophy and let me be done. In the end, this trophy took me well over an hour, and it was just so annoying. There it is, finally. So it begins. Win a multiplayer match. And welcome to the 6-4. My god. Took so many more matches than it should have. Right, another $10 takes us to the $30 mark. I was considering doing Sonic Origins, as that's a game I thought about jumping into for a while, but with it being a compilation of older games, I instead opted for Thymesia, a Souls-like which is supposed to be a good starting point for most people, and I knew it was a shorter one too. The thing is, I'm not really a Souls player, so this absolutely kicked my ass early on. For the record, I have done Bloodborne, and I would like to delve into some of the others. It's just something about the mechanics of this game just took a bit of getting used to for me. The first part is similar to most Souls games, as you traverse through to the first beacon. We can rest as well, take a break. There's the first trophy of the game, rest at a beacon for the first time, okay. What's different here from most is the ability to steal your opponent's attack and use it against them, which will be used throughout in order to unlock all of the different weapon abilities. Oh shit, that was close. Memory interrupted. Oh, I died. Died for the first time. At the end of the tutorial, typical to Souls games, there is a boss which you're supposed to die to. But for the trophy you shall not pass, you need to empty the first health bar of Varg. And well, as you could expect for someone who's not big on Souls games, this didn't go so well. Darkness. Finished the tutorial level. I need to start a new game because I died. I tried a few times, but I just couldn't get it. The problem is you basically die in 2 hits to him. So even just one slip up and it can be game over. Yeah. I'm going to save this trophy for later. I am getting absolutely destroyed by him over and over again. Bringing us to the actual game. As usual, there's some sort of hub area, and from here you can transport to different areas. The first being the Sea of Trees. In here, I made my way through the level, faced some cool mini-bosses, and upgraded my weapons. But I would eventually face off against Oda, the first main boss of the game, and honestly, probably one of the hardest for me. This may have been because I still wasn't very good at this point, but this dude kicked my ass. His attacks are pretty powerful, and I still didn't have the parrying down. Wow. See, I was trying to parry him, and I don't know, I'm probably timing it wrong, but that just seemed to do nothing. I started regularly making my way to his second phase, but then that was even more of a stumbling block, as his combos would completely drain my health, and I died far too many times. Oh, fuck. So if I miss the first parry there, I'm basically fucked, is the problem. Because no matter what I press after, it doesn't actually work. Why did I pick a Souls game? Why did I do that to myself? Jesus Christ, man. His second phase is ridiculous. And this is the first proper boss in the game. I'm so shit. I can't do it. As soon as I get to the second phase, I just instantly die. The deflection just suddenly doesn't fucking work. Honestly, this boss took me well over an hour. Pretty embarrassing, to be honest. I got better at parrying, which was a real turning point, but it still shouldn't have taken this long. My recording got busted, but just so you know, I was screaming my head off here in joy. From here on, the game was pretty steady sailing. I managed to get some levels and new weapons, and I even took down the next boss without having to use a single healing potion for an extra trophy. There it is, the Hanged Queen. Very easy fight. Defeat the Hanged Queen. We should get one piece of cake as well. Defeating a boss without using any potions. Amazing. Some of the bosses are really easy as they're more environment based rather than combat based. Oh, is that it? You don't even have to fight it properly. God of the Fools. Sick. The game does feel a bit lackluster in some ways compared to the polish of Souls games. It's not bad. In fact, a lot of Souls fans would probably still like this entry. You can just tell it's a smaller, lower budget game. An example of this is the fact we fight Oda again, just in a mutated form. This time around, I still had a couple of deaths. I'm getting absolutely cooked by Oda. But it was far easier now that I'd leveled up significantly. Fuck yeah. That fight's intense. I don't know if it's because I'm doing the wrong build or it's just a whole lot of parrying, but we've got mutated Oda for defeating mutated Oda. With Oda defeated again, I eventually found myself at Hermes Fortress. which looks just like something straight out of Demon Souls. And here, it was time to face off against the tutorial boss again. There were a few deaths just as I was learning his attack pattern, but because his attacks are so slow, parrying becomes a really good strategy. Come on, I've almost got him, I've almost got him. There it is, boom. Varge is defeated. I think, anyway. There it is, yep, Varge. Nice. To be fair, a lot easier than the first main boss in the game, but I much prefer the design of that boss. Very well designed. And there's Hermes Fortress as well for finishing that level. After this, things were straightforward, as I upgraded all weapons, finished all levels, collected all story bits and lore. Yes, that is the technical term for these trophies. And collected all potions, which thus 100%ed all collectibles for this game. Oh cool, Plague Doctor. Collect all potion recipes. Do we get another one as well? The Great Collector, lovely. Collect all entries in the collection. There were a few extra things to do, such as destroying 1,000 barrels, but the path here was to finish the game and gather all endings, which earned another bunch of trophies. That's it. The Power of Cleansing reached that ending, and Memory Seeker for getting all endings. And that brings us right back to where we started. The first stumbling block. The trophy for knocking out the tutorial boss's first health bar. Even with all my practice at the game now, going back to the start with no levels still proved to be tricky. I was definitely better at parrying now, and that's the easiest way I found to take him down. Although you still have to be perfect. One slip up and it all falls apart. Oh, this is so annoying, man. It's such a stupid fucking trophy. This was definitely the hardest part of the platinum for me, and it did take some dedication. Come on, come on. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, please. Please, fuck off. Oh my god, I've done it. I've done it. I've actually fucking done it. I've done it. Oh my god. You shall not pass. Phymesia. Oh my god. Get me out of this shithole. Fuck off. $40 game time. This was a tricky one to find a game for. A lot of releases are priced at $30 and $50, so this is a bit of a weird in-between spot. The Pathless is a game I considered, and in all honesty, I think I really would have preferred it more. Instead, I went with SpongeBob SquarePants The Cosmic Shake. Released in 2023 as a spiritual successor to the Battle for Bikini Bottom, unfortunately, I just didn't gel with this game whatsoever. The premise is loosely the same as Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, with portals for different multiverses opening all over the place, changing Bikini Bottom as we know it. The big problem I have personally with this game is I just found it so boring. I know it's a kid's game, but I did love SpongeBob growing up, and the story really didn't grab me. Although, from a SpongeBob game, I wasn't exactly expecting much, but the level design also was just pretty plain. I think the levels just go on far too long, and overall, it was just a dull experience for me. I'm sure a lot of people may disagree with me on that one, but it just wasn't a game I enjoyed, especially compared to the previous two. Because of this, a lot of time whilst playing this game, I was just sat there in silence. There were no standout moments, nothing really of interest. I just made my way through each world, earning some trophies along the way. The most interesting trophies here are for beating each boss again with specific requirements, such as speedrunning them, not being caught in stealth, or doing it without being hit. And whilst they may take a few attempts, it's not really something that causes any issues. Done it. Fuck off. There are a few other combat-related trophies, but nothing is particularly challenging and most are earned naturally. I really wish there was more here for me to talk about, but the truth is, I got nothing. I sat there for about 10 hours and made my way through. Want to see me do it again? Clear every level and defeat final boss. Okay, but I've still got to buy costumes and I don't think I have enough. Which means, am I going to have to grind a few more of these jellies? Just...
A few minutes later.
Really? This is how you grind out jellies? Are you joking me? Apparently I can do another way as well. But really? Really? I need to do this until I get like another fucking 10,000 or something?
1 million, zillion, jillion, dillion, cotillion times later.
This should be the platinum. I've had to smash some boxes and jump into the water over and over and over again. This should be 8,000. Yep, it is. Which means I can now buy all the costumes, which gives us Fashion Hunter, and finally one sponge to rule them all. Just under 10 hours played of in-game time. But yeah, I really didn't enjoy that at all. 10 hours felt like a slog. With the $50 price tag, there's a lot more games, but also another problem comes in. You see, it's the price point where a lot of developers get greedy and add in paid DLCs. I was so close to doing Dead Island 2, and I think it would have been a good option, but they added the So LA DLC after release, which kinda goes against my rule. A few other options were Dead Rising Remastered, Life is Strange Double Exposure, and Epic Mickey Rebrushed. In the end, I decided to keep things familiar to the channel. Since I had previously covered the Silent Hill 2 remake upon its release, and featured Observer as part of my A to Z challenge video, it made sense for me to continue exploring Blooper Team's work. This time, I turned my attention to another one of their notable releases. The Medium. Released in January 2021, centering around Marianne, a spirit medium who navigates both the physical and spiritual realms as she uncovers the dark secrets of an abandoned resort. Throughout the story, she learns to harness her unique abilities, such as spirit walking and interacting with entities beyond the veil. But before all of that, there's a simple trophy to earn right at the beginning of the game. I'm feeding a cat for a trophy, I'm pretty sure. W trophy, famished beeline. What a game. You would be forgiven for thinking this is a Silent Hill game. I mean, the fixed camera angles, the fog, it's all there. With this game, you can really see why Blooper Team got given the opportunity to make Silent Hill 2 remake. In this facility, we meet a little girl called Sadness. She's a disturbed, creepy ghost that reminds me a lot of Laura in Silent Hill 2. She sort of guides the story until you come across more, which is like this demon enemy that you need to avoid. The game has no combat whatsoever, so it's just a case of stealth here, which if completing without being caught once, earns one of the hardest missable trophies in this game. Without earning this here, you'd have to replay the whole game again and try again. Speaking of missable trophies, you also have to get all collectibles in one run, otherwise the trophy will not pop. Those who saw my Silent Hill video know this caused me some trouble there too, so when I came to the last collectible, there was quite a bit of stress. Okay, last collectible of the game. Please give me the trophy. An unknown outcome. Don't have to play it again. Beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Because this is such a short, story-driven game, there's really not a lot here that I can go into. The environments are cool and the gameplay is alright, but I can see why this game sits at about a 7 out of 10. It starts strong, but just loses its way the longer it goes on, and by the end, I just really wasn't feeling it. Don't know how I feel about the game. It's a bit weird. Story's a bit lost on me. It's okay. It's okay. Quite good for a short platinum. Not worth $50. That's probably what I say. What? Can't always save everyone. What the bloody hell went? What was that story? What the fuck was that? Completionist. Collect every other trophy. Yeah. Satire called it the Medium. And I think the Medium might be a fitting name for that. 2 games to go. The $60 price point had quite a few games to choose from. Sackboy, Lego Horizon, Alan Wake 2 all interested me quite a bit. In the end, I opted for RoboCop Rogue City, which yes, literally just had a DLC announced right after I got the platinum, but with it being a standalone DLC, I think it's okay. And well, it's not like I can do much about it now anyway, is there? RoboCop Rogue City is a first-person shooter set in the crime-ridden streets of old Detroit. The game stays true to its dark, satirical tone of the movies. It combines detective work and RPG elements, but to me, the main core of the gameplay here is the gunplay. It's how you will spend 90% of your time with the game, and it's pretty well balanced. They really captured the feel of being RoboCop. The story setup for this is pretty short. You're already RoboCop. There's these goons who have taken over a TV broadcast station, injecting the presenter with this drug called Nuke, and you have to rock up there, take care of them, and serve justice. Fighting through and making light work of them with the trusty Auto 9, I can earn my first trophy of the game by throwing these computer monitors at someone. At you. Yep, there is. Strike out, eliminate an enemy using a throwable object. And shortly after, I got a slightly more wacky combat-related trophy. I could get a quick trophy as well for shooting an enemy in a certain place. There it is, zip this up. Shoot an enemy in a sensitive spot. Eventually, we make our way up to the rooftop, and due to some flashbacks of Alex Murphy's past life, fumble at the key moment of saving the hostage, which brings into question the capabilities of RoboCop, setting up the rest of the game. And we get the night has just begun for completing Breaking News quest. From here, things are straightforward. It's a really simple story-driven game with an easy chilled platinum. There are a few open sections where you can complete side quests and such, but most aren't tied to trophies. One that is, however, is this whole murder investigation involving this Smurf-looking fella. It turns out it was actually this big shot actor who killed someone. Oh, Hard Boiled. Help Officers Kurtz and O'Neill solve a murder case. Beautiful. The game does reward the extra exploration. I'll say earns trophies for finding secret areas. No stone unturned. Find a secret area in the arcade. And then I think I can go collect something. Ah, yeah. There it is. Which gives us... I'd buy that for $1. Find an OCP skill disc. Issuing parking tickets.
One parking ticket is all it takes to improve mindfulness.
And ultimately performing well on story missions, which are all really compelling and each environment feels really unique. Like here, where we infiltrate a biker gang and take out the bikers with brute force. Live by the bike. Shoot the gas tank of a moving motorcycle. I didn't even shoot one, I just got exploded into, but we'll take it. Most trophies just take along as you complete missions, but there is another optional one in this burning hotel. And honestly, this one is a must. Let me save this cat. Come on. Come out, kitty. A real hero, that's right. Save a cat from the burning hotel. There's not really much else I can say on this game without giving away all the story. Due to the nature of this video, that's not something I really want to do, but I definitely recommend checking this game out on Plus if you're a fan of the franchise, or just like a casual, silly little fun shooter. Eventually, around the 6 to 7 hour mark, I had hit the final boss fight. And it's a really long drawn out battle with 3 phases. And unfortunately, on the last phase, with a bombardment of rockets, I died. Little did I know, this would reset me all the way back to the start of the fight. And yeah, I really wasn't too pleased about it. What? I have to go all the way back? Are you joking me? I have to do the whole fight again? That's ridiculous. What do you want from me? That's actually ridiculous. Oh my god, man. Anyway, eventually the credits rolled, earning the last story-related trophy. Complete the game on any difficulty level. 1 trophy to clean up, 97%, so I can actually load my save and I should be able to get it pretty quickly, I think. Okay, and then in here is this. Which gives us Good Eyes Murphy, find a PCB for the Auto 9 in the secret area of the mill. And that gives us to Serve and Protect, Robocop Platinumed. Only 1 game left to go. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Really good, nice, concise game. Yeah, big fan. $60 is a little bit steep, but you know what? I enjoyed it a lot. Okay, here we are, the final big boy price of $70. Most AAA new releases sit here. Call of Duty and yearly sports titles feel at home. And Ubisoft's quadruple A games sometimes launch at this too. After sifting through, I had a short list of some games I fancied. Dead Space Remake and Demon's Souls were under heavy consideration, although to be honest, for games of those size, I would have preferred to cover them in their own individual videos. So I opted for Tekken 8. If I had to pick a fighting game to play, it would probably be Tekken for me. The controls and combat just gel with a casual fan like myself, and I enjoyed getting the Platinum Trophy for Tekken 7, so why the hell not? To start off, I hopped on with fellow Platinum creator Deathroth. Basically, there's a few multiplayer trophies, and although they can be done naturally, it's easier just to match up against each other and boost, which is where I found myself in the character creator.
Oh, is this the little characters?
My guy looks so fucking stupid. I'm just gonna leave him as is. Yeah, he looks class.
Oh my word, you look...
That's what I mean. That was my default character. It's like, Jesus Christ. It's like Megamind.
Yeah, literally.
Some trophies are so simple and easy, they can be earned naturally just by doing simple things. As we won each type of game mode, from player matches to ranked matches, random trophies would just pop along the way. There's so many here, I completely lost count. Realistically, there would be slightly more of a challenge trying to do these naturally, but even though this game came out just over a year ago, finding someone to play against in some of these game modes can be a challenge in itself, so it's much easier to just knock them out with a friend anyway.
Mate, we've absolutely smashed that.
Once the online was done, I turned my attention to the story, where I would earn more trophies for simply playing through it. But my opinions on story mode in fighting games remains the same as it did in Tekken 7. I don't know if this is a controversial opinion, but fighting games, I just don't care about the story. Like, I just want to kick the fuck out of someone. You know, I'm not here to listen to their origin story or whatever. It's not for me, you know? Sorry, Tekken fans, probably going to piss some off, but I want to fight Kazuya. Again, the story here pops many other random trophies, as you get a feel for different characters and stages. It's a pretty good starting point for the game. There's 2 possible endings to the story mode. Let's just simplify it as the good and the bad ending, with the bad ending being where you just purposefully lose right at the end of the fight. Yeah. This is right. This is the bad ending. The thing is, right, Tekken fans, don't hate me. They look so similar, I can't tell who's actually good and who's bad. Okay? I'm sorry. Our body's been thrown off a cliff, which means that's the bad ending. Which means despair for getting that ending with Kazuya winning. And also we get Your Money Is My Money for 10 million G. Awesome. That'll be the good ending. Again, Tekken 8 completed for the second time, and that gives us hope. There's trophies tied to most of the game modes. Episode character stories are where you just have to fight through waves of opponents with different characters, and you have to do this 5 and 10 times for 2 respective trophies. Probably the longest mode is Arcade Quest. Because I was just working through this game to get the platinum done fairly quickly, this game mode dragged quite a lot. It requires you to do many fights to ultimately work your way through, raising your skill level and win multiple tournaments. Cool. Knocked out. That was hard. That was actually one of the harder fights. Not like insane, but you know, a bit harder than what I've had to do. Cool, get ready for the next battle, finished Arcade Quest. Glad that game mode's done. Overall, this game's fun. I wouldn't say it's a must play, especially not for $70, but working my way through to get this platinum trophy, it was light and breezy. Well, almost. There was this one fight that did cause me a little bit of stress. My god, this thing just combos you in the most ridiculous ways. It's so fucking fat, you can't actually get near it. What the hell, man? Like, seriously, what the fuck? Maybe I've picked the wrong character, but Jesus Christ, man. I just can't get near it without getting comboed to fuck. God, I hope I never have to fight that thing again. Jesus. I'll put an end to this. Finished arcade battle. But with that done and a bunch of random trophies unlocked, I'd reached the last trophy of the video. Okay, so if I do 1,000 damage now whilst I'm like pissed off, that might get another trophy. Yeah, there it is. Now it's time to destroy you. Should have got that trophy ages ago. Like, seriously ages ago, but cool. Okay, and then I think all I need to do here now, right, is go to any character. Let's go with Lily. Why not? Because I was just using her. Yeah, so change her hair. I've got loads of money now. I didn't realize I should have been doing this the whole game. That would have been sick. Anyway, let's purchase the short bob and bangs. Put them on her. And that gives us, you're in for it now, for saving a custom character, and a fight is about survival. 8 platinums, all done. Okay, so it's 8 months in the future. Tier list. Realm Royale, ass. Hotline Miami, solid. Titanfall 2, peak. Thymesia, solid. SpongeBob, mid. The medium, obviously, the medium. Robocop, solid. You can go there. And finally, Tekken 8, mid. That's the tier list. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more. As always, a huge thank you to all my channel members, and click on the screen for another video by me.